Warning: the film we will be discussing today is very graphic and disturbing. There will be no pictures or clips of the film, but viewer discretion is advised. Hey guys, Explorer4 here, the Horror Boy. Welcome back to some more reviews, and tonight we're going to be getting to a film that I'm pretty sure people are like, why the hell are you reviewing this movie? And I'll get into my reasons why in a second, but tonight we're talking about American Guinea Pig, Bouquet of Guts and Gore. I know people are like, what the fuck? Why are you reviewing that? Came out in 2014, gets a 4.29 rated by Stephen Bureau. Now, this film, the reason why I checked this film out is because if you guys didn't know about the Guinea Pig films, the Guinea Pig films first started out as a series of low-budget Japanese gore films. They're really extreme, they're really gory, and some of them involve like simulated snuff, torture stuff. Others from the Japanese series is like one about this mermaid, one about an android of Notre Dame. And then there's one called, like, He Never Dies, which is like a guy who tries to kill himself, but he can't. There's a series of really extreme, low-budget Japanese horror films that are now extremely rare. And their reputation has always intrigued me. I've always wanted to check these films out, and I tried finding the movies. They're really hard to find. Luckily, this was pretty easy to find. Bouquet of Guts and Gore. This is part of the American Guinea Pig series, which was kind of a love letter to the Japanese Guinea Pig series. This review, I don't know how long it'll be because there's really not much I can talk about this film. But this is part of the series of American Guinea Pig films. There's this, there's Sacrifice, there's Ritual, I think. There's this, American Guinea Pig Sacrifice, and then there's I think Song of Solomon. Yeah, there's Song of Solomon, Bloodshot, which is the one after this, and then there's Sacrifice. And some say there's another one as well, but the reason why I'm reviewing this movie, and I already kind of put in, I'm trying to edit this video and put in a little warning at the beginning of the video. I guess I can give another warning right now. I will be talking about this movie. It's a very extreme horror film. The gore is insane, and it is a very graphic movie. So this review, like, viewer discretion is advised. This review, I won't be showing any clips or pictures or anything like that. But again, it is a very extreme horror film. And the reason why I checked it out is because, honestly, just the reputation of these films, and I've always wanted to at least give one of them a watch. And this one really isn't much of a movie. It's just, it is what it is. I mean, you really can't go into this movie and expect to have a fun time. But for what the movie is, as a special effects showcase, I guess you could look at it, it is what it is. You're going to get special effects. You're going to get an hour and 13 minutes of gore and torture. And I guess the reason why, like I said, the reason why I checked it out is because of curiosity and the reputation of these films, and the fact that, you know, just, I guess, being the explorer of horror, sometimes we do delve into the darker sides of horror, and just curiosity, to be honest, just curiosity. But this movie, directed by Stephen Bureau, who I believe would be involved with other American Guinea Pig films. This movie, the story, it doesn't really even have a story, but I mean, I guess you could. The story is two girls are abducted by these snuff filmmakers. They are making a snuff movie. This is obviously fake. And it's an hour and about 9 minutes, about an hour and 10 minutes of these two girls being tortured and slowly killed throughout this entire movie. And the effects are really great. The effects are amazing in this film. I'll be getting into some of the scenes that I really thought were shocking and disturbing. But but I must say the special effects in this movie are absolutely amazing. And I thought they were really realistic. As a matter of fact, they're so realistic that some people actually thought they were real effects, like they were real. This was real shit, but it's not. It's just simulated, just a film. But the effects look really, really believable. There's a couple of times where maybe you can see that it's probably a dummy or something like that, but really the effects for the most part look pretty realistic. And you're just seeing two girls get tortured and killed. It's not very fun to watch. It's not very interesting. It's just what it is. And I mean, it was cool seeing the special effects and how they pulled them off. And there is special features for that movie, this DVD, which kind of went over how they did the special effects, which was pretty interesting how they did the special effects. And how the movie was all shot in basically one place. This set, they were shot most of this movie there. Yeah, but a couple scenes in the beginning of the movie where they kind of capture the women, how they kidnap them and stuff like that, but most of the film is shot in this really grainy, just dirty, disgusting room. And I will say it does have positives to it. Like, obviously the gore effects are very, very realistic and well done. There are scenes that are shocking for sure, that are definitely twisted. I thought Eight the Chosen One did a pretty great job as the lead bad guy, the lead villain. I thought he did great. He has a presence to him. It was an intense performance. I kind of wanted to see a horror film with just this character, kind of like a slash movie with this character. It was a cool mask. I thought, like I said, Eight the Chosen One did a great job playing this character. And I will say this too: the movie looks like a genuine VHS footage. Not, I don't know if they use filters or not, but it looks pretty realistic. The VHS footage. There's times where they'll yell, cut, and have to reload the tapes or something. So I thought that was also very well done. It seemed realistic. It didn't really seem like anything, it didn't look really polished or Hollywood. It was grainy, it was dirty, it was disgusting. It did seem like something that you would find just, this old VHS tape you'd find. So aesthetically, it looks good. I guess you could say it's a found footage movie because the whole movie is shot through these cameras, but I don't really know if you consider be found footage movies. It's just I guess simulated snuff, which really isn't a genre that interests me that much because really it's kind of gets boring. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and it's boring just seeing gore, but it's like when there's no plot, there's no story, really, there's no arcs, there's anything like that, the movies can get really slow, because all that they have is this gore. And for me, the gore was good, but you gotta have more to a film to make it more engaging than just the gore effects. But in this case, the movie wasn't really bad. It wasn't really a horrible film. I think it just, it is what it is. You gotta be into these kind of movies, these torture movies, which I wouldn't say I'm into torture movies. I mean, I already gave the reason why I checked this movie out in the first place, but yeah, as far as positives go, the VHS filter or VHS tape they used, I don't know how they did it, but it looks good. Had a really low budget, and they utilized it the best they could. They used a lot of it. I mean, this is pretty much one of those very few horror films where the special makeup effects crew really are the focal point of the film because it's all about the special effects, which is pretty cool because I don't think many films give makeup effects artists their due credit. They do amazing work, and in this movie, it's very gory, it's very twisted, but the effects look great for what they are, the gore effects. So I like how it's more about a showcase of special effects. That's also another reason why I checked it out, is because I heard it was just pretty much a showcase for practical gore effects, and they were definitely done very well. The movie has a pretty creepy ending, where it ends with them putting this footage together, and they're gonna ship it out somewhere, and they have this weird guy in like a bunny mask putting these tapes together. Just a very creepy scene, very eerie ending, seeing all these envelopes. They're gonna send these tapes out to some people. It's very eerie, very creepy ending. Eight the Chosen One kind of has this speech about, you know, these women are all on LSD, and that's why they don't scream or they can't feel any pain or, you know, react to any of the pain. And he's gonna, it's basically like a satanic sacrifice, I guess, torture. Very, very chilling speech. I thought Eighth Chosen One did a great job with the lines and the speech. As far as negatives go, it's one of those movies, like I said, I can watch these. I don't try to watch these dark and twisted movies like this very often, but the ones I do check out are the ones that, to me, have an interesting story, you know. Like Cannibal Holocaust had a great story. Cannibal Ferox had a story, you know. Solo is a film that I want to check out one day because it does have a story to it. When you don't have a story and it's just simulated snuff and you know it's fake, like, that's the thing. It's one of those things where it's, you can only really watch it for the gore. There's really no other way to re-watch the movie. So I will say it's a very, very, very basic formula to this film that I think kind of makes it, the rewatchability kind of go down, because you're not going to really re-watch this movie a whole lot. I mean, I don't think I will. I just checked it out just out of curiosity, but it's a movie that also, there's just no plot. There's no arcs, which I get it. It's like, what the fuck did you expect? Well, it's a movie, and you know, you expect something from a film. It's like, it can get slow, it can drag, and it's just, it just is a movie that is what it is. I don't hate it. I can't say I had fun watching it. It was definitely a fucked up film. It's really twisted, it's really gory, it's very extreme. The effects look extremely realistic. There are some parts of the torture that's just completely crazy and shocking. One of the things that stuck out to me was there's a part where they stick a cigarette in this girl's eye, and they put their thumb, like the cigarette into the eye, and they put their thumb all the way back into the, like, it's just a really crazy scene. I don't want to get too much into it because it is graphic, but you know, there are some just insane gore effects. It's very bloody, it's very gory. Doesn't really have any music, doesn't really have any, I mean, the sound design was pretty cool. Had an old school VHS, creepy, grainy soundtrack with not really any music, but still. It's a movie that it is what it is. It's a movie about torture and gore, and that's about it for it. That's all you're going to really get out of it. I guess if you're curious, you could check it out. That's why I seen it. I don't even know how I'd rate it. I really don't. It's a fucking torture movie. Like, I don't know. Maybe a 6. I just don't know how I'd rate it. It's one of those weird movies where I don't know. Yeah, it's gory, torture. Not a bad movie. It's actually, like, well made for what the movie is. It actually is. It's a very well-made simulation of the stuff. It seemed realistic. It seemed genuine. They did a good job making it seem realistic. And if I had any other problems, it would be maybe some of the, like, I don't know if it was dubbing or if it was lines of dialogue from the script, but some of the dialogue from, like, the cameramen can be a little, like, out of I don't want to say out of nowhere. It's out of place, I guess you could say. It's very out of place dialogue sometimes, and it does get boring. There's not really a story. There's not really any progression to the plot. It's not a fun movie, but for what it is what it is. It's well made as far as what it is. But yeah, if I did rate it, it's weird rating it. If I did rate it, I'd give it a 5 or a 6. Not terrible, not a bad movie at all, just a movie that I probably wouldn't really watch a whole lot, or anybody could probably watch a whole lot. It is what it is. It's a gore film. It's a torture gore film. But, yeah, it was definitely shocking to check it out and disturbing. Yeah, that's it. That's my review on American Guinea Pig. Like I said before, viewer discretion is advised with the movie and the review, and it is a very graphic film. But yeah, that's my review on American Guinea Pig Bouquet. I've got some gore. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. That's pretty much it. See you guys. Peace.